For the very first time in a very, very long time, and I'm talking about years, like a lot of years, we go into a football match and I, as a Manchester United fan, am unable to predict what the manager's formation is going to look like, or at least 8 players who are guaranteed to start. It's crazy. And as we all know, Mbeumo is off for AFCON. Amad Diallo is off for AFCON. MAZ is off for AFCON. Matthias de Ligt is injured. Harry Maguire is injured. And to make it worse, Casemiro, who has been one of our best players this season in midfield where we've been struggling, is suspended for this game because of a booking he picked up against Bournemouth trying to stop a counter, which still ended up leading to a goal. Crazy times. And we're facing an Aston Villa side that has not lost a game in 9. They've won 9 games in a row. I'm talking 9 in a row in all competitions. We're struggling to win 5. They've won 9 games in a row in all competitions. Well, if this is your first time on Red Side Rants, please subscribe, support the channel so I can always come back here to making videos like this to entertain you guys, to talk about the club that we all love, we all support, we all want to see succeed. And some of you guys want to see fail, because I know there's some haters watching, but please subscribe. But let's dive into the game. Let's talk about the game. We're facing Aston Villa. Like I said, it's a side that has just won 9 games in a row in all competitions. So I'm talking Prem, Europa League, and whatever other competition they're playing. They're in red hot form right now, and they are filled with confidence. And we play away, so we go to Aston Villa's ground. So of all the times we could have faced them, it was right at this moment, in this circumstance. They sit third. They are third on the table. They've won Manchester City this season. They've won against Arsenal this season. So this game is not particularly one of the games that fills me with confidence when we go into the game. Like, I really can't tell you if we're going to win, because, first of all, Manchester United is a very funny club. Like, the games we're expected to lose are the games we win, and the games we're expected to win are the games we go in and lose, or we come out with a draw. So I can't tell you what to expect going into this game. We can only talk about, talk about how we can see the game. But one thing I'm going to tell you is we might be doing a lot of defending. Because Aston Villa right now, they're just another team. Like, they look so different. They look so different. And crazy thing is, Unai Emery was one of the managers who was kind of tipped to become, to replace, not tipped, but there were a lot of rumors. When it comes to Manchester United, we are always linked to new managers. We are always linked to players. As soon as we have 1, 2, 3 bad results, you start getting those clicks coming out, those stories coming out. So Unai Emery is one of the managers who were tipped to replace Ruben Amorim. So it's going to be a battle. It is going to be a battle. That's to tell you how good he is. But one talking point going into this game is going to be about this guy, KOBBIE MAINOO. Does he start? That is going to be the talking point going into this game, because we've said a lot of times that, okay, he should be starting. And I believe there's a reason why the manager does not want him starting. I said it last time. A lot of players have been rushed into the first team when it comes to Manchester United Academy players, and they've gone on to not perform to their expectations. We have the likes of Garnacho, we have the likes of Rashford, we have the likes of Januzaj. Like, there's just so many players that have been rushed from the academy into the first team. And that's why you see the manager is not quick to give players playing time. He wants to make sure that he gives them playing time in the right environment at the right time and make sure that they are ready for it. Because a lot of players would think they are ready, but they are not. So I just think, I don't know if it's the right time. I don't know if it's the right environment, because I think a lot of players are missing and it could go wrong in a twinkle of an eye. But I just think it is the time when he should be getting that opportunity, because we just lack so many players. I don't know who comes in at this point. So if he cannot take his opportunity right now, or if he doesn't get opportunities right now, then I guess maybe the manager now is sending a clear message. I don't know. But he was asked about KOBBIE MAINOO, and this is what he had to say, right? He was asked about KOBBIE starting. After the incident where his brother wore a t-shirt to Old Trafford that says, "Free KOBBIE." For those of you who did not see it, I'm going to bring up a picture of that later. But this is what he said. He said it was not KOBBIE who wore the t-shirt. He is going to start. He is not going to start because of the t-shirt. He is not going to the bench because of the t-shirt. I'm not going to do something because of what someone in his family does. He is not going to start because of the t-shirt. He is not going to the bench because of the t-shirt. This guy is not giving away anything. Do with that whatever you want to do, you know. That's basically what he's saying. I'm not telling you if KOBBIE is going to start or KOBBIE is going to be on the bench. But if he's going to be on the bench, it is not because of the t-shirt. If he's going to be starting, it is not because of a t-shirt. It is because the manager, I think that it is the right time, it is the right moment, it is the right opportunity for him to get his chances. I just think that's what he's saying. You know, it's mind games. A lot of the managers they do play it. Arteta does that a lot, where he tells you he doesn't know if a guy is going to play, Gabriel is going to play, and then tomorrow you see Gabriel starting a game. He does that a lot. So it's just mind games. But those are some interesting quotes from him, because now we can't tell if KOBBIE is going to be starting or not. And in that sense as well, you can't even tell what the formation is going to look like. Because if KOBBIE was starting, it would be easier to assume that maybe we're going to be playing a 4-4-2, a 4-3-3, something like we saw against Bournemouth in the second half when the manager made some changes. But now we cannot tell if we're going to play the 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 we play, or we are going to be changing to a back four with 4 in midfield, 2 in attack, or 3 in midfield, 3 in attack. That's, you know, like I said, I cannot tell you what the formation is going to look like as of now. We've heard rumors of the 4-4-2 and the 4-3-3. Yeah. But this is the picture. For those of you who did not see it, I believe a lot of us have seen it already, but this is a picture of what his brother wore to Carrington. Free KOBBIE MAINOO. And I think this was just too much for the lad, you know. This was just too much. Like, let him get his opportunities when the time is right. This is just not the right attention. But there were so many interesting quotes from Ruben Amorim during his press conference today. If you've not watched it, I encourage you to watch it. I'm one of the people, I don't really watch a lot of his press conferences like that. But I did take my time to watch the one today. And another thing he said, right? You cannot play the video. I kind of transcribed it. This is one more thing that he said that I found interesting. I think the feeling is a feeling of a little bit of entitlement. And he's talking about the players, especially, he's talking about the players kind of hitting back at Harry MAZ and Chido Obi Martin. Because he said that they have to step up. He said Chido doesn't play in the under-21s every game. Harry MAZ, he's gone on loan. So, and they posted whatever. But he said, I think the feeling is a feeling of a little bit of entitlement that we have in our club. And sometimes strong words is not bad words, which I agree. Sometimes they're just trying to push you to your limits. Sometimes difficult moments is not a bad thing for the kids. We don't need to be always with accolades in everything. In every situation, because we are not helping, which I still agree. That's why you guys talk about a lot of players nowadays, that they speak and go against the club because they feel entitlement. And you have legends of the club saying, if you don't play, leave because everyone is wrong. No. That's him hitting back at Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes said if the manager is not going to play KOBBIE MAINOO, that he should leave. And I think that was wrong, especially coming from a club legend like Paul Scholes. So he said, Let's think about let's stay. Let's think about let's stay. Let's fight. Let's overcome, which is the right thing to do. Maybe the manager is wrong. So I have that feeling all the time that we need to fight against this feeling. And sometimes I'm the first one to say that I'm failing this club inside the pitch. I have that feeling we are not performing the way we should be on the pitch. But outside the pitch, I guarantee you I'm not failing to this club. The players sometimes forget what it is to play for Manchester United. We as a club sometimes forget who we are. Couldn't have been said any better. Like, everything said here is a perfect example of what is wrong at the club right now. It's like players come out and say stuff, and sometimes we hit back at the players for saying certain things. And then sometimes we come out and we say stuff, and it's like we just don't think, especially the club legends, those prominent figures at the club who have the voices. I mean, the Paul Scholes, the Rio Ferdinands, the Roy Keanes, all those guys, the club legends. Some of the things that they say sometimes, I don't know if it's just out of, let me just say whatever it is, clickbait, or they think about it before they say it. But the quotes from Paul Scholes, I didn't like it. And I think what Ruben Amorim said here is the perfect hit back. Perfect way to hit back. Like, the players sometimes forget what it is to play for Manchester United. You have to earn it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Manchester United, born and bred. I don't care if you came up to the academy. You have to earn it. The club has given you everything you need to succeed. And I watched a McTominay clip yesterday where he had an interview on, I think it was Paramount, with Kate. And he said that the notion where people say players leave the club and they perform better is a bad thing. Or I don't know exactly how to word it, but I'm just going to try and summarize it. So he was asked about the notion where players leave the club and they perform better. And this is what he had to say. McTominay said that the notion where they say players leave the club and they perform better and the problem is the club is wrong. It is a wrong thing to say because the club has given you everything that you need to succeed. The nutrition, the training ground, everything you need to succeed. Now it is down to you as a player to take advantage of it and perform. And sometimes it comes down to confidence. If you have the confidence, you play well. If you play 1, 2, 3 consistent games, you're scoring goals, you only become more and more confident and you perform better, which is what he's doing right now in Napoli. And I just think that's the perfect way to talk about a club after you leave. A club that has given you everything. Not the likes of Marcus Rashford or the likes of Anthony. I just think Anthony's own was just so stupid. I don't know. Like, I don't even want to talk about Anthony, but not those interviews, Even if you leave the club, you still want the club to succeed because that club has helped you a lot. They put you in the position you are right now. Not everyone is privileged to come through Manchester United. Trust me. So it is a privilege to play for Manchester United. It is a privilege to play for Manchester United. And, man, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the lineup for this game, right? Like I said, I don't know. This is just me assuming we line up in a 4-4-2. And from this list, I can tell you that the only players that are guaranteed to maybe start is Matheus Cunha, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, that's 4, right? Senne Lammens, that's 5. Diogo Dalot, that's 6. I can't even name 7 because Martinez just came back from injury. He hasn't started a game. Maybe Aiden Heaven. Yes, I would say Aiden Heaven because he's been starting in Delite's place and Delete is not available. So that's 7, right? We don't know if KOBBIE is going to be starting. We don't know if Šeško is going to be starting. It's crazy. Like I said. Shea Lacey, I just had him here because I don't know who else is going to play if we play in a 4-4-2. But if we want to maintain a back 3, how do we maintain a back 3? Do we play Do we play Dalot, Shaw, Martinez, Heaven? Does Euro? Does he come in? And KOBBIE drops to the bench with Ugarte coming in? Do we start like this? We might still start in the 3-4-2-1 because I just think Amorim likes it a lot. But a lot of stories have been coming out about the 4-4-2. If we start in the 4-4-2, who starts? Who starts? I don't know if Euro starts over Heaven, because right now I just think when it comes to performances and confidence, I think Heaven is a little bit ahead of Euro, even though he's still making some mistakes, like the one he did against Bournemouth. He should have closed the angle. But I think Amorim likes Heaven ahead of Euro right now. Does Euro, if we play in the 4-4-2, do we play like this? I don't know. This could be another lineup. But Shilesi particularly is someone they've been talking about from the academy. Ruben Amorim likes him. I think he's going to get some minutes this international break. And that's why against Wolves, I was hoping we could have seen him, because in a game like this, to introduce him in a game like this, it's just for him to make his debut in a game like this might not just be the right time. So I don't even think we might see him in this game. I don't think we're going to see Shilesi in this game. We might see him, but I don't know. I just feel like the Wolves game was the perfect opportunity for him to get some minutes. But like I said, it is going to be a tough game. We cannot tell what the lineup is going to look like. I would assume we would start in a 4-4-2 type formation. If we start in a 4-4-2, do we start with these players? I don't know. Xerxes might actually work in the front too. You know, someone else running off, him dropping in behind, getting the ball and playing the 1-2. Oh, does Xerxes go back to the bench? Cunha starts alongside Šeško, Bruno out wide, and KOBBIE comes into the center. I don't know, but those are some of the possibilities we have right now. And if we want to play 4-3-3, which I don't think we would, because I don't think we have enough width for the 4-3-3. I don't think we do. Or 4-2-3-1? I doubt that. The most likely would be a 4-3-3. Something like this. That kind of maximizes everyone's potential when it comes to midfield, because Ugarte is just a destroyer. He's not going to pass. He can do the destroying work. KOBBIE can pick up the ball, dictate the tempo. Bruno can play in the 10 where he strives, where he's better. But now the problem becomes the width. Mason Mount, if you're going to play 4-3-3, you need out-and-out wingers. Mason Mount is not an out-and-out winger. He's sort of a 10, someone who likes to come into the middle, you know. Cunha is similar. He's not an out-and-out winger. And so Cunha likes to play. I think he likes to play off the left. Does Mason Mount play off the right? I just don't see that happening. So the most likely thing to happen in this game is for us to play in a 4-4-2. And this is what I see. This is what I see happening. We talk about KOBBIE, but I think Ruben likes Ugarte to a fault. Ruben likes Ugarte to a fault. I really want to hope that he doesn't start Ugarte in this game. But I just think it might be inevitable with Casemiro not being available. If Casemiro was available, that could have been another story. So we might see something like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you would change. Let me know what your lineup would be going into this game. And like I said, if this is your first time here, please subscribe.